Hi guys, welcome back to another video here. Now in this video guys, I just want to share with you an update on my resource portfolio with Interactive Brokers. You can see here, this is my locking. I'm on my account here, which you can see it here. And total amount so far in my account is 14,666.95 US dollar. And this account so far, it has unrealized profit of 3,897 US dollar, which is quite good profit. I'm happy with that, with the stocks that I hold. And let's quickly take a look at the performance compared to the S&P 500. Remember, this portfolio, I started it last year in August, which was 2024. As you can see here, I am trapping or mooring S&P 500. The blue line here, it represents S&P 500, which is the top 500 US companies. And you can see here the green one, it's my performance since inception. In terms of the performance, you can see here my portfolio, it's up over 50%, while the S&P 500 is just around I think it's around 17 or 60, yeah, 17%. Let me just scroll down and touch there. You can see my account is approaching 60%, and you have S&P 500, which is around 18% since inception, which is now comparing this portfolio from last year around August. But let's take a look at year to date. How is my portfolio doing on year to date? It's a research portfolio. Just give me some time. I will show you the holdings, which stocks I hold in this portfolio. Now, this is my performance year to date. Over 50% on year to date. If you take a look at this, you can see that's me on year to date. I'm over 50%, even above 75% on year to date, while the S&P 500 is just above 10%. You can see that's S&P 500 at 9 point something percent. That's my performance, 83% on year to date, which is 2025. My green line, it's me, and then the blue line, that's S&P 500. That's a good performance. So I am still investing into resource stocks. I just want to show you my holdings. The resource stocks, it's mining companies, and my focus is on junior mining companies, the ones that are starting or busy looking for minerals or developing mining projects into producing mines. So those are the companies that I buy, and most of them, they are concentrated in South Africa now. So the companies that are here in my portfolio, they are companies from overseas, but they have projects here in South Africa, which means they are developing mines here in South Africa. So I'm taking advantage of that instead of complaining and saying, why South Africa is not studying these mines? Why is the Department of Mineral Resource giving mining license to these companies? Why can't us South Africans start our own mines? No. I'm taking advantage of these companies that have expertise, that are competent to raise capital and to start a mine. Because starting a mine is not a child's play. It's very expensive. It requires a lot of work. So that's why there is few local people who are starting these mines. We are only blessed with these mineral resources, but to develop them into producing mines, it will take a lot of effort. So instead of complaining about this, it's better to just take a risk, invest into these junior mining companies at the early stage, at the beginning of a mine, while they're developing a mine into production. Well, now you need to just put your money and buy the shares while they are starting, and then as they become successful and then up until to a producing mine, you might benefit a lot in terms of capital appreciation. Because mining also, it's a very risky business. Out of 3,000 projects that are out there looking for minerals, trying to start a mine, only one out of the 3,000 will be successful and become a producing mine. That is the stats of our mining industry, which shows that this industry is risky, but it's worth taking a risk. I prefer to take a risk locally instead of complaining that the government is selling our country, because that's the mindset of the most of the South Africans. They're only looking at jobs and complaining that the government is letting these mines these companies from overseas to come here and start mines. So one of my biggest performer in this portfolio, as you can see, these are my holdings here. This is Taung Gold International. There's a project in Free State and also in Pumalanga, and this is Ivanhoe Mines. I think I made a video. My previous video was about Ivanhoe Mines, which has a quite huge PGM mine here in Limpopo in South Africa at Mokopane, Ivanplats. Then I also own Lotus Resources. It's an Australian company that is developing a uranium mine in Malawi, here in Africa, which is also doing well. I hope it will do well in future as uranium becomes more in terms of the demand of uranium increases because of the increase of our technology innovations through artificial intelligence. I believe that we're going to need a lot of energy to support the rise of artificial intelligence. Hence, the demand for uranium will increase. Then I also own Norex, which is exploring for copper in Namibia, and then I also own Predictive Discovery, which is currently busy developing a mine at Guinea, which is West Africa. Then I own Vanadium Resources, which actually it's developing a mine here in South Africa. Their project, it's here in South Africa. It's the biggest vanadium mine in Limpopo. It's going to be the biggest vanadium mine if it's developed up until to production. So I also own the stock. I own 100,000 shares. So my biggest winner in this portfolio, it's West Wits Mine. Let's just go to West Wits Mine. Let's just go inside this position. I want to show you something. So this is West Wits Mine. This is an Australian company which owns a property here in South Africa. They're developing a mine here in South Africa at the west of Johannesburg within the Witwatersrand Basin. So the name of the project is Qala Shallow, and they are currently developing that mine. They are mobilizing the site now, busy installing equipment. They've ordered some machinery, and some of the machinery they've been delivered. If you go to their website, you'll see that they've made some announcement that they received an LHD. They are still waiting for a drill rig. They're soon gonna be starting drilling and blasting development, opening up the ore body. So this is the price chart. Currently the stock is trading at 3.3 cents, and this is my positions here with Interactive Brokers. You can see I'm quite doing very well here. I am up over 100%. I've doubled my money. Remember, guys, I invested into this company last year. It's developing a gold mine here, which is well advertised in terms of different media platforms by the team of West Wits Mine. They are raising capital. They already got like 50 million from Industrial Development Corporation and also from ABSA. So they need the other 45% to be fully funded, and they're gonna be producing like 70,000 ounces per annum of gold. And I own over 100,000 shares. I only spend 1.9, which is 1,900 Australian dollar. That is equivalent to around 22,000 rand. I bought this stock last year around August in 2024, and already around August in 2025 I am up over 100%. That means I've doubled my money. As you can see here, my unrealized P&L, which is profit, it's 2,244. So it's unrealized because I haven't closed the positions. So I bought the shares around 1.5 cents. You can see here 0.05, but currently now it's trading around 3.3 cents, which is doubled my money. It went higher, which is a good thing. So this is one of my biggest profits in my positions, and I'm willing to hold the stock for a longer, for a little bit longer, the next 3 to 5 years. I just want to see what will happen when these guys now they start printing cash now, making money from the Qala Shallow mine that they are currently busy developing. So this is one of the position in my portfolio that I am quite happy with. I am very, very happy with it, and I'm enjoying my profits here. You can see that's a lot. 3,897 US dollar. You can convert that by multiplying by 18%, 18%, I mean, because the rand to dollar, $1 is around 18 rand. So you can convert that. It's a good profit, but it's open profit. And going forward, of course, I'm looking at adding more shares, depositing more money here, buying more shares. This is another stock that is quite doing well. It's Predictive Discovery. Let me just share with you the stock so that you can also search on internet and read more about the company in case you are interested on owning the stock. So Predictive Discovery is also an Australian company that is developing a mine in Guinea, which is West Africa. I also bought the stock around 30 cents. Currently the stock is up there. As you can see here, this is my position. I own 10,759 shares. The average purchase price, I bought the shares around 30 cents. And that, the cost, it was 3,220. So you can see here, 3.2K. It was 3.2K Australian dollars. And currently you can see here my unrealized profit. I'm making a profit of 1,834. So we're also moving toward doubling my investment. You can see total return so far since last year around August, it's 56.9%. So I am not only looking for jobs within the mining industry, I am also creating wealth through buying shares of these small companies, junior companies that are starting mines in South Africa and also to some parts of Africa, outside South Africa, but within Africa, to countries such as Namibia and West Africa in Guinea, because those ones, I think they are perceived as quite safe and good jurisdictions compared to us. South Africa is perceived as a bad jurisdiction due to our politics, due to our deteriorating infrastructure, especially Eskom and Transnet. So we are perceived as a very risky country to invest in. And then, of course, I shared about this stock, which is Ivanhoe Mines. This one, I'm buying it for dividends. I've already invested over 60,000, and of course the share price is not cheap. You can see here now, currently now is trading at 12 Canadian dollar a share. I was accumulating shares around 11 Canadian dollar a share. That's where I was buying most of my shares. It's Ivanhoe Mines. It owns Ivanplats, which is a PGM mine here in Mokopane that they are currently busy developing. They are busy with development. They will be ramping up. They are completing shaft number 2 headgear. They also have the biggest copper operation in DRC. In future, the company will pay dividends, which is why my goal is to at least accumulate 500 shares if I fail to accumulate 1,000. But the bigger picture here is 1,000, and I'm waiting for the price to also correct and go a little bit down. So if you take a look at my position here, total returns, I'm up 11%. I just bought this thing now, this month. So I've been accumulating shares. Already I'm up 11%, and unrealized profit, you can see there, I am up with 557 Canadian dollar, which is good profit for me. So also, if you're interested to this stock, you can just research about the company or watch my previous video where I talked about the stock a bit in details. I went deeper with the stock there, which is Ivanhoe Mines. I'm also happy with this position. Is quite doing well, and my portfolio is also growing. The goal is to create wealth through these mining companies while they are still trading at lower prices. That will give you an advantage to buy more shares using less capital. By doing so, you'll own more shares. By the time they pay dividends, you'll be paid more dividends. All right. So another stock that I own, of course, I told you it's Vanadium Resources. It's developing a vanadium mine here in South Africa in Limpopo. And the stock, of course, it's been doing well. Of course, it's up and down. It's fluctuating. But they have the biggest resource and the reserves in the world of vanadium, and they're going to be a quite big producing mine in terms of vanadium. And the life of a mine, it's over 180 years, which is a lot. And you can see here already, I bought the stock. My purchase price, it was around 2.3 cents, and now is around 3.6 cents. And I've acquired 100,000 shares. It costed me around 2,300 Australian dollar, and my profit already, it's over 50%. You can see total return 56%. I bought the stock this year. You can see here my unrealized profit it's 1,294 Australian dollar. But my account, the base currency for my account with Interactive Brokers, it's in US dollar, but you are allowed to buy shares from the Australian Stock Exchange or to the Canadian Stock Exchange, which is Toronto Stock Exchange. You can buy shares from any stock exchange around the world, but your account, the base currency will be in dollar. Then they will do the conversion. So you can see these are my positions, and they're quite doing well. Let me show you the uranium stock that I also own, which is Lotus, and they are developing a mine. It's a mine that was operating previously, but due to now the future demand of uranium, the guys, they acquired the property, and then now they are trying to bring that mine back to life, and they're also doing exploration in Botswana looking for uranium. So now the company is known, the stock is known as, the name is Lotus Resources. You can see the stock price is currently trading around 19.5 cents Australian dollar. And I just want to show you my position because I acquired 10,000 shares. You can see here I bought the stock around at 16.2 cents. Currently now it's at 19.5 cents, and I spent 1,600 Australian dollar. And my current returns, I bought this thing this year, I think this month around August, between July and August. You can see now my total return here, it's 20% so far. My unrealized profit is 332, which is good, and I'm looking forward to making more profits out of this stock. So guys, with that being said, my message here is that with the mining sector, especially here in South Africa, you should shift from thinking of jobs when you see a new mine being started, or when you see drilling of cores doing exploration, when you see these machines that are doing exploration, drilling this core for sampling. Don't think of jobs. You need to start thinking of ownership, owning the mine that is developing, the mine in that property. So, because when the share price of these mines goes up, you will benefit a lot from capital appreciation. And later on, when they've succeeded in terms of developing a mine, you will already be owning like thousands of shares. When they pay dividends, you will be paid more dividends. So I hope you guys will learn a lot. With that being said, I will see you in the next video. Remember, my videos are not meant for financial advice. They are only meant for educational purposes only. So if you enjoy the video, please do support the channel and subscribe, and don't forget to click the share button and the like button. I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.